Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super glad you're here, and you can see that we're here for part 2 of David Bowie's Young American album. That was very interesting to me. The first 4 songs we already did. We're going to do the second 4 songs right now. Young Americans was the 1975 release of David Bowie's 8 songs, 40 minutes, 52 seconds. And we did the first 4 songs already. That's the video before this, so just check it out. Maybe even go listen to that first and then come back to this one. But this is the remastered version, and I talked a little bit about the remastered. It sounds really good. To me, it doesn't. I'm not familiar with the original, so I've heard Young Americans, like I've said, and I've heard so far that I know for a fact Fame, which is the last album, or last song on this album. We'll do that during this session, part 2. Love that song. I loved it when it came out in 75. I was so fascinated by that song and just the effects and the funkiness of it and all the guitar work. And I'm finding that the Young Americans I heard, and then When, Fascination, which I thought I'd heard before, but I never heard that. And Right, they're so funky. The guitars and the keyboards and the bass, it's just so funky. I love it. So let's get right into part 2. We'll do Somebody Up There Likes Me. Across the Universe. I don't know. Is that the Beatles Across the Universe? We'll find out. Probably not. Can You Hear Me? And then we'll end with Fame. Okay. And so we'll get started right now with David Bowie's Young Americans Part 2.
Smiles on the whole human race.
Okay, Across the Universe. I wonder if it's the Beatles one or not.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Before me, like a million eyes, they call me on and on. Across the universe, force me under like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe.
Change.
Inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love, which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on and on across the universe.
Okay, yes, it was the Beatles, Across the Universe, and yet it was not. It's interesting, John Lennon thing kind of creeping in with the reference in Young Americans, that song, and then Fame.
Once we were lovers, can they understand? Closer than others, I was young. I was your man. Don't talk of heartaches. Oh, I remember them all. And I'm checking you out one day to see if I'm thinking it all. Can you hear me? Can you feel me inside? Show your love. Take it and right. Take it and right. Take it and right. There's been many others. So many times. 62 cities and what do I find? I would love so bad. I want you most of all. You know it's hard to take it from anyone. It's hard to fall. Can you hear me calling? Feel me inside. Show Take it right. Take it right. Take it right. Can you hear me? Can you feel me inside? I do. Show your love. Show your sweet, sweet love. Show me your love. Take it right. Take it right. Yeah. Take it right. Baby, take it right. To your love life. Take it right. Take it right. Right to your love life. Take it right. Take it right. Right down, right down. Why don't you take it? Can you hear me? Can you feel me? Can you take it right? Right down, right down. Can you take it? Feel me? Down the right down. To your heart. Your heart. Why don't you take it? Why don't you take it? Take it right to your heart. Ooh.
Here it comes.
What's the name? What's the name? What's the name? What's the name?
See, that's another good example of just the killer mix in the headphones. Oh my gosh, you knew all those on the transistor radio, all those different guitar sounds, and they sounded so cool. But hearing them in the headphones, separated and just in high fidelity, remastered. Oh man, just what is there, 3 or 4 different guitars going on in there? So that's the only song I've heard on that part of the album. So I've heard 2 songs off the album, Young American Fame. The rest of it were all new to me. That was really, really good. Like I said before, probably if I heard this Fame song, obviously, when it came out, I was very infatuated by it and loved it like everyone else did, but not enough to like explore David Bowie's albums for some reason. I didn't get into it. So all these years later, I know I've had people, comment like, I'm a liar. How could I have possibly be the person that I am? And, a musician and a person of my age and not have heard this album. Well, I bet you many people haven't heard this album, but many people have, obviously. That being said, the music was very interesting to me because I'm like calculating it compared to like other hits that I heard, later on in his career and earlier and stuff, it was really a good funky, melodic, kind of soulful album, in my opinion. The musicianship was really, really good. I always have a weird thing for some reason with David Bowie, because I didn't like Tin Machine. Okay, that was his band with the Sales Brothers, and I got to go back. Maybe I'd like it more now, but it wasn't the David Bowie that I thought I knew, which I didn't know. But who were the musicians on this album? Just so good. Especially the guitar playing. And then what is the connection with the John Lennon stuff? I know I've heard the stories about him being in the studio with John or with David and recording Fame. But then there's that reference to a Beatles lyric in the Young Americans. And then there's Across the Universe, which is a Beatles song, probably written by John. So that's more connection than I have ever heard. I didn't notice it before in the Young Americans lyric. But now I did. And then to put that song in there, and then Fame, that I know that John played guitar and sang, I think, a little bit in that too. I never did figure out which part was John's though. I don't know which part is his, which guitar part. But a very, very cool album. Super glad I listened to it. I think I say that about anything I ever listened to on this channel. I did the whole, his final album. What is it? Dark Star? I could be wrong. That was really good. And then I've been kind of poking around with his music lately and just realizing that I've missed out on David Bowie. I've told the story before where, growing up and being a musician and hanging around my musician friends and meeting new ones and then talking, and they would say, David Bowie's my favorite singer. I'm like, I didn't get into David Bowie. And they would just give me this like look of astonishment on their face. Like, I didn't, it's like, I never considered David Bowie my favorite singer, but vocally, he has an amazing voice. He has, like I've talked about this before. He has so many voices that he can call up and sort of summons and become this character almost. Well, that's what he does. He did a lot of characters, but he really was able to do that. and still maintain a beautiful, just his singing style, or his, like in this, what was that last, not the last song, Fame, but the song before that, Can You Hear Me? He had some amazing vocal lines, melodically, some very unusual lines he chose in that song. I was just really, really impressed by his ability to not just hear the normal, but take on another approach with a different sort of mode in his melody line. Very interesting, very, very interesting to me. So good. I'll have to listen to this one again all through the whole thing. Every song was really, really good. The whole album was just a good listen. So as we sit here, I basically heard the whole album at one time, even though I split it up into two. I just did two videos back to back, with like 2 minutes in between, recording them. So yeah, super, super good. Super impressed. Let me know what you think about the Young Americans album. I know you can compare them to all these other ones. Whatever you want to tell me, I'm interested in reading. Because, like I said, I'm not that familiar, so I don't know a lot about David Bowie. Just his hits is what I know. And so, I don't want to say I was wrong about David Bowie, because I never said he wasn't good. I just never got into him, I guess I was at fault. Is that the same as being wrong? I was at fault for not pursuing him more. I just don't know why I didn't. But there's so much music out there, and there's so much music I just never got to, That's what's fun about this channel. And you guys recommend all these songs to me. This album was recommended to me. So I'm like, I got to do it, because the person that recommended it in the comments is such a fan. I could see every David Bowie video I put up. They're there, and they comment just really nice comments, and they enjoy it so much that I just had to do this album. And wow, I'm so glad that you're part of the channel and that you recommended this album to me so I could hear the whole thing. Believe it or not, just never heard it before. So very, very fun. I enjoyed that time. So that's a 40-minute album. Was not a waste of my time. It was well worth it. 40-minute album. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with part 2. Thank you for all the new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I know if you don't have an account, then you can't subscribe. It's easy to make an account. If you're on social media already, just make a YouTube account and subscribe. Share this video too on your other social media networks. And also like the video, and really helps out. And thank you for all you OG subscribers too. I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm here for you too, with your recommendations, the ones that started the channel and was recommending songs early on. I'm not done knowing about what songs you like. You got to tell me more about what you like. So I'm here to listen. And I mean, listen to the music and to you guys. All right. So you've made this fun. So you just let me know. Appreciate it. Also, a good place to recommend songs is on Ko-Fi if you want to help out the channel, if you know what I mean. And we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll see you down in the comments. Have a really great day, whatever's left of it. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.